Welcome, dear viewers, to a tale as old as time itself. Have you ever wondered about the wisdom hidden in nature's quietest moments? Today, we'll explore a story that reminds us of nature's enduring memory. It's a tale of respect, observation, and the timeless power of wisdom. So, settle in and let's begin our journey along the banks of the Min River. Long ago, in a village nestled beside the Min River, people lived in fear. Each year, the river swelled beyond its banks, destroying homes and crops. The villagers tried everything they knew to stop the floods. They built walls. They prayed to the gods. They even tried to bargain with the river itself. But nothing seemed to work. The water always found a way through. One day, a stranger arrived in the village. His name was Li Bing, and he was an engineer sent by the emperor. But Li Bing was different from other engineers the villagers had met. He didn't come with grand plans or fancy equipment. Instead, he came with a quiet curiosity and a deep respect for the river. Day after day, Li Bing sat by the riverbank, watching and listening. He noticed how the water moved, where it gathered, and how it changed with the seasons. The villagers thought he was strange, but they left him to his work. Weeks passed, and Li Bing began to understand the river's ways. He realized that fighting against the water would never work. Instead, he needed to work with it. Li Bing designed a system of channels and levees. These didn't try to stop the river, but guided its flow gently. He created a stone structure shaped like a fish's mouth to split the river into smaller streams. It was as if he was talking to the river, asking it to share its power more evenly. Slowly but surely, the floods became less severe. The villagers' crops flourished, and their homes stood strong. People began to call Li Bing the River Dragon Whisperer. They built a temple in his honor, and his wisdom was passed down through generations. For centuries, Li Bing's system kept the village safe. But time passed, and new leaders came to power. These new rulers didn't understand the old ways. They saw Li Bing's work and called it outdated and primitive. They decided to build modern dams and barriers instead. These new structures were tall, strong, and rigid. The engineers were sure they could control the river better than Li Bing ever had. For a while, it seemed they were right. The river stayed within its banks, and the village prospered. But nature has a long memory. One year, the rains came harder than ever before. The river rose higher and higher. The new barriers creaked and groaned under the pressure. And then, with a thunderous crack, they broke. Water rushed into the village, destroying everything in its path. The modern solution had failed where the ancient wisdom had succeeded. In the aftermath, the villagers remembered Li Bing's teachings. They realized that working with nature, not against it, was the key. They rebuilt using Li Bing's methods, respecting the river's power and wisdom. And once again, harmony returned to the village. This story teaches us an important lesson. Nature remembers the respect we show it. And true wisdom, no matter how old, never loses its value. It reminds us to listen, observe, and work in harmony with the world around us. So as we end our tale, I invite you to look at the world around you with fresh eyes. What wisdom might be hiding in the rustling leaves or the flowing streams near your home? If you enjoyed this story, please like and share this video. And in the comments, tell us about a time when old wisdom helped you solve a modern problem. Remember, nature is always speaking to us. We just need to listen. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, stay curious and keep learning.